After you leave, you're welcome to, but at the moment we don't have alcohol inside.
When you say you
All of the boozy football fan Brits are losing their minds over this. Saudi Arabia have just confirmed that there will be no alcohol whatsoever at the 2034 World Cup. Not even in the bars and restaurants and hotels around. No, it's not just the venue that's being banned from having alcohol, but it's going to be nowhere, and people are losing their minds. This is the UK ambassador for Saudi Arabia speaking on LBC.
You have to go to a hotel, presumably.
No. There's no alcohol at all.
So there's no alcohol. So the entire experience of the Saudi World Cup, from the moment you get off the plane, in your hotel, in the stadium, in the restaurants, in the coffee shops, will be alcohol-free.
Rather like our weather, it's a dry country.
Is that welcoming?
No, it's, everyone has their own culture. And we're happy to accommodate people within the boundaries of our culture, but we don't want to change our culture for someone else.
Okay.
Really, you can't live without a drink?
So there we go. That is causing absolute mayhem on X at the moment. Everyone is talking about it. People are going nuts. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Very mixed opinions on this coming out. I might upset you all by saying, you know what, I stand by them for this. We are constantly saying we wish that Britain would stand up for its culture. And we wish that Britain would say you can only come to our country and you can only come live in our country if you're going to adhere to our culture. Why can't Saudi Arabia say the same? If drinking is not part of their culture, why do they have to have a bunch of shouty, drunk football fans throwing up everywhere if that's not what they want? Now, this might lose them money if people decide they don't want to come because they want to only go see the football if they're going to be drunk off their faces. But that's a decision that they've decided to take. They've got the right to do that, right? But some of you might disagree. Some of you might say we should not give the World Cup to countries that aren't going to let people drink. I saw this tweet by Winston Marshall, which caught my eye, and I agree with him. He says, totally fair. I only wish Britain had leadership which held its own culture in such high regard. And it is difficult to ascertain what cultural differences between countries should we tolerate and which ones shouldn't we tolerate. And in my perspective, if there is a country that has a cultural practice which I believe to be something that is universally black and white morally wrong, I am happy for people to condemn it, for people to try and change their culture, potentially intervene where in inappropriate ways. So, for example, if beating up women is part of your culture, I think that is universally morally wrong. But we're talking about drinking booze here. Okay, I'm personally someone who doesn't drink. I know that will probably shock a lot of you, but you know, it's a healthy choice that I make. I'm not a religious person, but it's part of a lot of religious texts to say that you should be in control of your desires, in control of your addictions, and you know that I try to live a life that's free of it. That's mostly free of addictions. I try not to drink, not to eat rubbish foods, not to be addicted to my phone all of the time. For me, that's a better, more peaceful life. And you know, there are people, I know that drinking is a big part of British culture, so it's not something that I'm trying to stop. It's just my personal decision. But another country, if that is their culture and they don't embrace alcohol, you know, also for the country, as I said, you often end up with people being very shouty and rude and loud and being sick everywhere in the street. If they don't want that, do they really have to have it? But a lot of you guys might disagree. This is really splitting people, this decision that's just come out. So please let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe you'll change my mind. We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'm Chloe Dobbs. See you next time.